Hello, everyone. It's Brian. Today I'm going to talk about a record club. Let me just first preface that by saying that in Canada we are at a bit of a disadvantage in terms of record clubs, mostly because of shipping issues. Anything shipped from the States tends to be very expensive, and even shipping within Canada can be quite pricey, so they don't really work very well here. The one that I thought of initially, just thinking of what record clubs are available. For example, Vinyl Me Please. When you add on shipping, it just becomes ridiculous. Same is true with the Jack White one, the Vault series. It's just insane to have them sent here. It's just so much money. So I do have a membership now in one, thanks to a Christmas gift, and this will mark the first time I've been a member of a record club since I was a member of Columbia House so long ago. And of course, I might have mentioned in the past that I made the mistake of opting for cassettes rather than records, and then stupidly gave them away years later when I became enraptured with compact discs. I also may have been a member of BMG, but I'm not certain on that. It's possible. My memory is hazy on it. So today I'm going to tell you about the Arts and Crafts Record Club. Arts and Crafts is a label that's been around for about 20 years in Toronto, founded by Kevin Drew from Broken Social Scene. And I think because of that, the major focus of the label is the Broken Social Scene ecosystem, I guess you'd call it, because it has records by Kevin Drew, Jason Collette, Brendan Canning. Feist also has associated acts like Stars. Then there's Bombay Bicycle Club, Sarah Harmer, etc. A number of indie acts, whatever indie actually means. I'm never really sure what that actually means. Anyway, that's the kind of stuff you'll find here. Some of it tending to a more folky sound, and some of it not. But I mean, that's the general catalog for the company. And it has two options. So the first option is a 6-month subscription, which costs $25 a month. But rather than getting a record every month, you get 2 records every second month. Really, I guess that's to save on shipping. So if you're a member for 6 months, you will get 6 records, but only 3 packages. That costs $25 a month plus tax. If you opt for an yearly membership, you pay $21 a month, but get 6 packages totaling 12 records. So that's how it works. And it was offered as a gift, and I thought it was something interesting to try out, and I wouldn't have tried it out if I didn't know there was something in this label I would have liked. So I knew there was something I wanted, which is always a risk with a record club. You might get something you don't want. So let me tell you how it works. Each time the package is about to be sent, you can opt to change it out. So they offer you 1 record from the front list, a current record, and 1 from the back list. So this month, the backlist title was something that I knew that I wanted, and it's a record from Feist, Let It Die, which is her second record. Some people call this her first record, but it definitely is a second one. She had one 5 years before this that came out in 1999. This one's 2004, but the first record was very limited release, and I don't think many people knew about it. This was her big breakthrough. Now, it's hard to describe her music. Singer-songwriter, guitarist, founding member of Broken Social Scene, folky in many ways. If you know anything on here, it's going to be probably Musha Boom, possibly Gatekeeper. The first half is compositions by Feist, Leslie Feist. The second half is cover versions. So Inside and Out from the Bee Gees is on here. There's a track called Secret Heart, which is written by Ron Sexsmith, another Canadian artist. It's the first track on this album. So this is a very, very good. I've seen her in concert. I was lucky enough to meet her at a friend's place, and this is a solid record, and I would recommend this. Let me just show you the inside. So originally 2004, this is the 2022 pressing. There have been some other pressings, I think, but this is the most recent one, and it sounds good. For the people who like to see the record label, there it is, black and white. And I would say this is a very good record. So I opted for that one as the classic item from their label, so the backlist title. The other record that was proposed from the front list was something called, I have to look it up, Sahar from an artist called Tamino, who is from Antwerp. So I'm just going to, I have to look down because I don't remember all of this. Let me just see. Global Star Tamino. This is his second record. He was born in Antwerp. He's done collaborations with Colin Greenwood from Radiohead. It's got Arabic folk sounds, experimental indie rock, orchestral arrangements, Middle Eastern, American, and European influences. So a mingling of all those. Now, I didn't elect to receive that record because I didn't know much about it, and I sampled a bit, but I thought I would wait on that. I could probably always get it in the future. There's a list of records you can swap for. So I thought, okay, let's see how the swap thing works. So I decided not to get that. Instead, I opted for this record from Gord Downie. I hadn't heard it before. This is a double vinyl record from Gord Downie. And of course, Gord Downie was the lead singer from Canadian band Tragically Hip. And sadly, he died a few years back after being diagnosed with glioblastoma, unfortunately. So it was a really sad thing. I think the country went into kind of like national mourning. This is from 2017. He lived from 1964 to 2017. He died 10 days after this record came out, but obviously he knew it was going to happen. Before that, the Tragically Hip did a cross-country tour, kind of like a last chance to see them. By that time, his voice was really gone, and he could hardly keep a tune. It was a very sad thing to watch, although I did watch the last thing. So the first thing that strikes me about it is you'll be reminded of things like David Bowie's Black Star, died shortly after that came out, and the last record Leonard Cohen released when he was alive was You Want It Darker, and he died, I think 3 weeks later. And then he had a posthumous record. By the way, Leslie Fleiss sang backing vocals on the posthumous Leonard Cohen record on one track. So all in all, a sad story. It's hard to listen to this record without knowing the tragedy surrounding this record and Gord Downie. There are posthumous material from him. There's one that came out in 2021. There's one coming out this year from him as well. So yeah, there's 23 songs on here about people he knew in his life. I mean, he's known as not only the singer from Tragically Hip, but an environmental activist and also someone really interested in Indigenous reconciliation. So he did The Secret Path recording about a tragedy around an Indigenous boy in Canada. So it's a very interesting record. It's a very personal record. It sounds quite different from Tragically Hip, and I would say, all in all, I would prefer a Tragically Hip record, but it's interesting to hear it. And there's an overwhelming sense of sadness while listening to it. Yeah, songs written by Gord Downie and Kevin Drew. Good luck trying to read the liner notes, because both records have this interesting scribble on it from Gord's handwriting. So challenging to read, but interesting to see his handwriting. So yeah, I don't know what the record selections are for next month, but I will make another video when I find out and make my choices. But the first round was pretty good. I don't love the Gord Downie thing, but I've only listened to it once, so maybe it will grow on me. As I say, I think the Tragically Hip stuff was probably a little bit better, at least to my ears. But we'll see, and I'll keep you updated. Thanks once again for watching.